morning, everyone. This morning I am headed out to go explore the city. If I have time, I might take a taxi out to Trakai, which is an island castle. I'll put the picture here. But this is kind of where Vilnius started, where the Grand Duchy started. They're ruled by dukes, not kings. So if I have time, I'll jump out there, but I wanted to show you around the city and some of the things to do. But first, going to get continental breakfast. I find that booking a hotel that has continental breakfast is a great way to save a little bit of cash, especially if the exchange rate is not that great. Happiness in a cup. I'll see you guys in the city. Today we will be starting out in the heart of Old Town. If you hadn't seen the last video, I go into the Vilnius Cathedral and the crypts down there. But today we're heading up to Gedaminus Tower right behind the cathedral. So we're going up the funicular and I got the ticket. It's only $2 to go all the way up to the top. You can go by foot, but let's be honest, I'm gonna do a lot of walking today and I don't want to do it. So here we go. Gedaminus Tower. It was Gedaminus who had a dream about a wolf that was howling at the top of a hill. Well, he woke up and he asked his pagan priest, what is this all about? So the pagan priest said, it is a representation of you and your rule in this continent and how your rule and your accomplishments are going to be heard throughout the continent. So this has a lot of archaeological stuff in it and I'm really excited to see. Let's get out and go. Oh my gosh, the views. Look at this. After getting your ticket, you can make your way all the way up to the top of this 3 to 4 story castle. There are plenty of archaeological artifacts as well as stunning views of the city. You still see some of the decoration on this. It's kind of fun exploring this castle like they would back in the day. There is way too much to go over in this short clip about this tower, so make sure to check out culturetrekking.com for the full guide. This is the Archeological Museum of Vilnius. You have their old living quarters, the Hill of Three Crosses where the 7 Franciscan monks were beheaded, the Vilnius River, and then over here is the Baroque church and the Palace of the Grand Duchies. Be sure to take a moment to watch the video on the 3rd floor. It tells a tale of those from Lithuania all the way to Estonia holding hands in rebellion of the Russian occupation. After exploring the castle, it was back on the funicular down to the Archeological Museum of Vilnius. So this is the Archeological Museum just right below Gedaminus Tower. And when you come in, if you put gloves on, you can actually touch some of the original artifacts. Kind of imagine yourself in the history and, feel what they felt and the craftsmanship and stuff. Really a unique experience. The museum also has an app that you can scan a QR code and be guided throughout the museum as well. Just make sure that you bring your own headphones. I did not. So this is cool. There's like a little archaeological digging site that you can come with your kids and dig up little precious gems here. I'm a history nerd, and so museums are kind of my thing. Let me know in the comments below if they are or not your thing. After spending way too much time there, it was time to go out, say hello to the statue of King Mindaugas, and head over to Vilnius Cathedral to see if I could find the Shroud of Turin I didn't find the day before. It is now raining, but we forgot to go and see the Shroud of Turin when we were in the cathedral yesterday. So this is believed to be, well, they guess it's believed to be the garment that Jesus actually wore right before he was crucified. So I'm not going to talk in the cathedral, but I'll just show you. I did not find the Shroud of Turin, but I did go in and take a look at the chapel of St Casimir, who is the patron saint of Lithuania. After a busy morning, it was off to Etno Dvaras to eat some authentic Lithuanian food. So this is supposed to have some of the best or original cuisine of Lithuania. Most of the restaurants here you have to have a reservation just because it is a holiday season and really busy and COVID and everything. Don't have a reservation, but usually with one person I might be able to squeeze in. We'll see. The cathedral was a little disappointing. I wasn't able to find the Shroud of Turin. I think it was blocked off because it's a Sunday. I don't know. They probably keep it pretty protected anyway. But let's head in here. So if you're coming to Etno Dvaras, some of the most traditional food in Lithuania is the cold beetroot soup. That's more of like your summer soup, and then in the wintertime you have the rye bread with mushroom soup. This is the cold beetroot soup. It's bright pink, and beets are like very common in many of the dishes here. That's actually really good, but I love beets. It's not like a pickled beet, but has like a little bit of dill in it, and then shreds of beet in it as well as some green onion. And then to drink, I'm going to have one of their more traditional drinks, the buckthorn tea, which I don't even know what buckthorn is, but she said it's her favorite, so I'm just going to go with whatever she says. Cheers. Oh, that's good. It's my first time trying buckthorn berry. That's tart, but it's not bad. It's just very tart. Their national dish is actually a potato dish, and you'll find a lot of like the potatoes with sour cream along with cracklins. So cracklins are like fried bacon. I don't know if you could get bacon to be any more unhealthy, but there you go. But what I am getting is a combination of boiled, it's like a boiled potato, and then they're going to give me like half and half, so fried and boiled, with some cracklin sauce and sour cream. So, I'm going to try this boiled potato thing. And a little bit of crackling. The seasonings are just perfect, and then you add the bacon into that with the, I know it's super unhealthy, but it's really delicious. Now I'm going to compare the fried one. There you go. Oh man. Oh my goodness, my belly is so full. And I feel all warm and cozy and like I'm gonna go into a food coma, but I still have so much to see. So I'm heading to Bernadine, whatever. Bernadine Street. It's in the map below, or in the map in the guide that I'm gonna put on my website, so be sure to go check that out. But this is one of the oldest streets in Vilnius, and it's actually decorated by a bunch of teapots. I just thought that was really fun, and it's a street that you can walk down on the way to St Anne's Church, which I'll tell you more about that later.
This narrow and crooked street with Baroque and classical houses is surrounded by 17th and 18th century courtyards like the Shakespearean one.
All right, so behind me here you'll see St Anne's Cathedral. This was built for Anne, the first wife of Grand Duke Vitalis. It was built in the 14th century and is one of the main reasons that Vilnius is named a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1994.
This church, built in the flamboyant Gothic style, has largely remained unchanged since 1495. In the 16th century, it was incorporated into the defensive walls, and if you play a little Where's Waldo, you might spot some of the slits that they used to shoot their attackers. There is a legend that says that when Napoleon came into town in 1812, he passed by the church and said he wished he could take it home with him in the palm of his hand. Welcome to Uzupis, a city within a city and some of the quirkiest things you'll find in Lithuania.
So just behind me here, this is the Republic of Uzupis. So in the 1990s, it was really run down. This is actually a really dangerous place to be, but artists moved in and they made their own republic. So the president of this place, and we're going to see their own constitution. They had their own money and everything. It wasn't real, but they kind of made it real in a sense. So the president of this place actually loved dogs, and then the foreign minister loved cats. So they implemented the cats and the dogs of this republic into their constitution, and they have some pretty unique rules for living in this city within a city. So this is the mermaid of Uzupis. If you don't like her, then you're going to end up living in Uzupis forever. But it's compared to the mermaid of Copenhagen, and she's kind of the symbol of Uzupis. So here it is, the Constitution of Uzupis.
Everyone has the right to live by the river Vilnius. Everyone has the right to hot water, heating in the winter, and a tiled roof. Everyone has the right to make mistakes. Everyone has the right to be unique. Everyone has the right to be in love. A dog has the right to be a dog. Everyone has the right to be happy. Everyone has the right to be unhappy. And many more rules to this constitution that I think most people could agree on.
So this behind me here is called Literary Street, and it's just outside of Uzupis. And the things that are on the wall here are actually kind of paying homage to those people who have contributed to Lithuanian literature and artisans and things like that. So there's some pretty funky stuff on the walls here. Right behind me here, this is the Church of St Casimir. So St Casimir is buried here. He is the patron saint of Vilnius, and the Pope made it so way back in the day. I'm getting tired, so I'm forgetting my dates and stuff. Just drop the date in the comment below, or any other cool fact you know about this church, because my brain is foggy.
I'll help myself out here. It was started in 1623, finished in 1636. It is in a classic Baroque style. And we made our way to our last stop, the Gate of Dawn.
Behind me here, this is the Gate of Dawn. It was originally called the Medzakaya or something, this name. There were 10 gates around the city, and this is the last one that remains of the defensive walls. So you can see up here in the chapel, this is the Chapel of Mary, and this place is so holy for many Christians around this area and even the world that they crawl on their knees up to this chapel because it's so holy. And you can even see people as they come through the gate, they'll turn around and do the cross symbol and just pay homage. You can see the parishioners up on a television up here. So just out of respect, I won't be going up into the chapel, but it is something that I would definitely come see while you're here.
I later learned that a German soldier came and shot up into the window and the bullet landed in the left shoulder, but it never pierced through the painting. And that's what makes it so holy. Traveling alone can be lonesome, especially when going to eat. Good thing I can conjure up some friends. It was the last few hours of being in Vilnius, and we asked one of the hotel concierge where we should go to eat that's unique to Vilnius and Lithuania. She suggested this restaurant, Senoji Trobele. Probably butchered that, but hey. Oh, that is nice. It's mild and sweet and tastes like gooseberries. I like to be a little adventurous when I go out to eat in different countries, so I decided to try pig ear for the first time. I apologize in advance for what you're about to see. Cheers to pig ears. Oh my gosh. Oh. The last one was rough, but let's see how the herring goes. This one's not bad at all. While the meal started out pretty rough, it just got better and better from there, with classic dishes, not just all about potatoes and meat, but divine cuisine that tickled the palate. That's our excellent waiter, Yuri. And this is our venison. This is my venison stew.
Thank you. It's very good, the honeydew.
Too hot.
I like it.
Oh man, so good. Oh, that venison is like soft and delicious. It's not chewy like I usually get places I eat because, you know, I'm cheap. But here, so this is kvass or hira, and it's made out of rye bread. I have no idea what I'm doing.
Yeast and sugar and get by natural fermentation.
Oh, there we go.
Perfect. We got the verbal the dictionary, the verbal menu.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's good. And just when you think when dessert is the end of the meal, Yuri came out with something else.
International company living, you know. I would like to serve one drink. It's one of like most typical Lithuanian alcohol. It's a mead.
Oh, nice.
It's a type of alcohol fermented from a honey, and after distillated from honey. And in our place we have maybe 8 different kinds of sugar, and they start from 12% of alcohol and finish with 75.
Oh, gosh.
Wow.
Everyone can find for himself something special.
I don't usually drink, but this one definitely got me. Isfekada.
You have it?
Mm. After that meal, it was a 45 much needed walk back to the city to settle in and settle down.
So that's it for Vilnius. It's getting real windy here. I'll see you guys back at the hotel. So right behind me here, this is, whoop, just dropped you guys.
This is the best part of my life.
Me crying, laughing.
Janelle, how was the pig ear?
This will be in the outtakes.
You're okay?
Janelle, would it taste better if it had hair on it?
Oh, God.
That was good.